Something like that. Huh? Because not enough water, then it become the cell is sick, sakit. Right?
Selnya sakit jadi mengecil kalau tidak cukup.
So if the cell is sakit, then your body is sakit, right?
Selnya sakit, berarti tubuh kita juga sakit.
So that is the first important reason why your body must have enough water. Many medical problem is because not enough water.
Banyak hal masalah medis karena tidak cukup air.
For example, kidney stone,
Batu ginjal,
and even any sickness, even sometimes shock, cancer, and all this can be due to not enough water in the system.
itu diakibatkan sumbernya nggak cukup air.
Even the kidney failure
Bahkan gagal ginjal juga karena tidak cukup air.
is because of this problem. Okay, so first thing we know is that it's important. Water is for good health. Number two is why is water important?
Kenapa air penting? Hal kedua,
Because if unsafe water
air yang tidak aman
lead to disease,
jadi penyakit.
penyakit. Yeah. So unsafe water will lead to disease. So what is the kind of disease we get?
Penyakit apa aja yang kita dapat?
Diarrhea,
Bisa diare,
diarrhea will go through low body water because you lose water from perak, right? So you get hypotension.
hypotension karena volume airnya keluar semua jadi sangat berkurang airnya.
After hypotension, if still no treatment, you get septicemia. That means bacteria and poison in the bloodstream.
Itu waktu bakteria dominasi di peredaran darahnya, istilahnya septicemia.
If still no treatment,
Masih
then you
ada
get organ failure.
pengobatan, gagal organ.
If no treatment, then you get shock,
Shock,
hypotension, low blood pressure.
tekanan darah rendah, sangat rendah, jadi shock.
Then still no treatment, then mati. Okay, simple. Okay, so this is very simple diagram of what happened when water is dirty. So what is inside the water can be bacteria.
Bisa ada bakteria yang menyebabkan diagram sederhana ini.
Bacteria many type. We have. This is only for some detail. E. coli,
Jadi ya beberapa
Pseudomonas,
macam. E. coli, Pseudomonas,
Enterococcus.
Coccus.
All these bacteria, big, maybe the size is about, what's the size? You know,
More than 0.5 micron,
much more. It's about 10 micron.
sekitar 10 mikro. 10 mikro berarti 10 pangkat minus 6.
Okay. What is 1 micron? 1 millimeter equal 1,000 micron.
1 mili sama dengan 1000 mikron.
So bacteria is about 10 micron. So this gives you an idea how big the bacteria is. Virus,
Virus
virus different. Very common virus that cause diarrhea, rotavirus.
Paling sering virus rotavirus jadi sumber diare misalnya.
The smallest virus,
Paling kecil
0.5 micron.
paling kecil 0,5 mikro.
This is the smallest one. Okay. So I think there's two important reasons why we need to have good water for good health and to prevent sickness.
Dua alasan kenapa kita perlu air yang kualitasnya bagus.
So next we talk about what we do with water. Where you get water from? You get water from the rain, you get water from the river.
Kita dapat sumber air dari hujan, dari sungai,
Source,
ya, sumber air
rain, river,
Okay.
well,
dari sumur,
lake or pond,
ya, danau atau
Sungai.
and also the sea.
ya, dari laut juga.
Okay, so every type of water have a different quality.
Ada beda kualitas dari 5 sumber ini.
River water is from high up in the mountain.
Ya, air sungai kalau yang dari pegunungan
It's the spring water.
yaitu air ya, spring water, air
From the mountain mineral water.
ya.
Is good water, okay, because not yet contaminated by human or by animal, so it's clean. You can drink straight away.
Sangat bagus, belum dikontaminasi binatang dan segala macam, masih bisa diminum.
So when I was in Canada in the mountain,
Saya ke Kanada di pegunungannya,
and I went to the top of the mountain and it was ice, and I can see the water start to form into a little stream because of the ice melt.
jadi waktu itu esnya meleleh jadi saluran air.
So I know the water is clean. I drink straight away,
Saya langsung
no
minum
filter,
tanpa saringan,
no problem.
nggak ada masalah.
Okay. But after that, it become further down, it become a stream, and then it become a river.
Stream jadi airnya jadi berarus sampai ke sungai.
So from here to here to here, the water quality change.
Ya, kualitasnya berubah dari 3 tahap ini.
Just now I say in Canada, I drink the water from the spring, perfect, very nice, very good taste, cold, and no problem. So last year, no, not last year, 2 years ago, earthquake in Nepal.
2 tahun yang lalu ada gempa bumi di Nepal.
So I went there, and again, there is water coming from Himalaya mountain, from Mount Everest.
Jadi ada sumber air dari Gunung Himalaya.
But I was at the level of about 3,000, 4,000 feet.
Jadi 3.000 sampai 4.000 kaki di atas dataran pantai.
And people drink the water from the stream. The water look very nice, look very clear, very cold.
Orang-orang minum langsung dari arus mata air, arus air itu.
But
Tapi
they all get diarrhea
semua kena diare
because of the bacteria and the virus
karena ada bakteri dan virus.
that they cannot see. The water look clear, but you cannot see the bacterial virus is so small.
Airnya jernih tapi karena bakteri sama virus tuh nggak kelihatan kasat mata.
If you look at the ruler, you see 1 millimeter. You try to think 1 millimeter divided by 100 is 10 micron. Can you see 10 micron?
Ya,
You
1
cannot see.
mililiter kalau dibagi itu 10 masih 10 mikron masih nggak kelihatan, kecil banget.
Okay, so there's no way. So they look at it, they say, oh, so clear. I told them cannot drink. Why? Because I say up the stream, you can see the cow, you can see the goat is passing berak up there.
Oke, karena dia bilang nggak bisa minum karena di atas sesudah mata air banyak hewan-hewan udah buang air besar ke air.
And even human being up there.
Manusia juga buang air besar berak.
So they never see, they just drink the water because it look clear, right?
Nggak lihat dan langsung minum.
Even if the well water
Air sumur juga.
is the stagnant water, it's not moving.
Nah, itu air yang statis, diem aja, nggak kemana-mana.
So it will get bacteria, virus, and parasite in the water easily.
Jadi bisa juga terkontaminasi bakteria, virus, dan parasit.
Especially if the well you never cover,
Waktu sumurnya itu nggak ditutup, terbuka.
then the bird fly and maybe drop something inside,
Okay.
Burung berak juga,
or insect,
atau serangga.
or the bat, or something, drop something inside.
Ya, semua
You never know, so it can be dirty.
bisa kotor banget, kita tidak tahu.
The same thing with the lake or pond, because the water is not moving.
Ya, di danau juga airnya nggak bergerak, nggak kemana-mana.
At least the river water is moving, but the river water can also be dirty.
Air sungai bergerak juga bisa kotor juga.
Now, seawater is very little chance of bacteria surviving because it contains salt, sodium chloride.
Ya, jadi di air laut jarang ada kontaminasi bakteria karena kadar natrium klorida itu garam itu tinggi.
So the sodium chloride will kill the bacteria.
Jadi NaCl itu akan bunuh bakteri.
But the problem is that human cannot drink salt water.
Iya, tapi masalahnya manusia tidak bisa minum air laut.
If you drink salt water, then you get this problem. You get dehydration. Your cell become small.
Jadi kalau minum air laut, dampaknya sel kita akan jadi mengecil, mengerut seperti itu.
Because of why? Because osmosis.
Karena osmosis.
So the only way to make the water, seawater, to become drinkable is to do RO, reverse osmosis.
Untuk bisa minum air laut perlu proses reverse osmosis.
But reverse osmosis expensive.
Sangat mahal.
Okay, in Singapore we have a reverse osmosis machine. I brought it to Philippines,
Di Singapura ada mesinnya dan saya bawa ke Filipina.
and it need the power. I use the machine. We pump in like
Perlu listrik dan
around 10 liter per minute
sekitar 10 liter per menit
under pressure,
dengan tekanan yang besar.
but only get maybe around 100 milliliter water come out.
Hanya 100 ml yang keluar produknya.
So this one, you wait for maybe 1 week, 1 month to have enough water for one person to drink,
Okay.
to fill up one water.
1 minggu atau 1 bulan untuk
So-
kebutuhan satu orang.
It is not practical unless you have very powerful machine.
Sangat tidak praktis kecuali punya mesin yang sangat besar
So
kapasitasnya.
you need to have powerful motor, generator.
Perlu motor dan generator yang besar.
So this is not a good solution for village or for disaster.
Ya, bukan solusi yang bagus di desa atau tempat yang terkena bencana.
If no choice, then of course have to think about it.
Ya, kalau sampai nggak ada pilihan, tetap bisa dicoba.
So I did not mention rainwater is depend on where the rain occur. If I think in a place like Aceh, maybe the rain is okay. You collect the rainwater. It is clean, but maybe have a bit of pollution.
Oke, di air hujan sangat tergantung lokasinya. Kalau misalnya Aceh bisa juga tapi ada sedikit polusi dari air hujan itu.
So if in Jakarta or in Beijing,
Di Jakarta atau Beijing,
it's terrible.
Iya, sangat buruk karena polusinya sangat
And it's
parah.
full of toxic chemical in the air.
Iya, karena di udara sangat beracun, banyak bahan kimia.
So you have the same problem to have to treat the water. So, but rainwater is also good, can be collected to be treated in the same way. All this I will talk about how we can use all this water for drinking.
Jadi semua air itu bisa dipakai buat minuman.
Okay, what I like is the old-fashioned method, cheap, to make simple and sustainable solutions.
Saya suka cara sederhana yang tradisional ini.
So it is 3S, simple,
Sederhana,
sustainable
sustainable, bisa dipertahankan,
solution.
menjadi solusi.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3S. So you remember 3S, simple, sustainable solution for any problem.
3S untuk
You don't want to have solution that is opposite of simple, sustainable, is complicated.
nggak mau yang ribet.
For example, RO complicated, must have a powerful machine, must have
Termasuk ribet
Equipment.
karena perlu banyak tenaga dan tenaga listrik dan macam-macam.
opposite of sustainable, expensive.
Kalau yang bisa sulit dipertahankan karena mahal.
So if expensive, village cannot sustain it, cannot afford to continue, so not sustainable.
Kalau mahal, desa nggak bisa terus-menerus mendukung.
So what is a simple sustainable solution?
Apa itu 3S?
The one I like is this simple thing because this is what I remember when I was very young. I stayed with my grandmother
Bisa ingat
in the farm.
waktu muda saya
So
tinggal sama
she had the water from the well and from the river.
Iya, air dari sumur.
This I think some of you know. At the bottom is big stone, then
Paling dasar itu batu yang besar,
smaller stone.
lebih menengah, terus kerikil, tambah kecil,
Then on top of it is sand.
ya. Terus pasir di paling atasnya.
And then she liked to put also a piece of cloth on top.
Terus kain di paling atasnya
So
pasir.
just pour the water inside. The water go through here, and then come out.
Ya, dan keluar.
So dirty water go in, come out. Water is like that water.
Bisa seperti air minum itu. Pas keluar.
Okay, you will say, but still have virus bacteria. This is the surprising thing. So when we do the study on this, we find when you filter this way, you take out the dirt, right?
Jadi kalian mungkin mengatakan, mungkin aja masih ada bakteri atau virus. Tapi waktu kalian saringan seperti itu, kalian buang kotorannya kan.
So the dirt will like to stick together. And what happened?
Kotoran itu suka mengumpul bersama. Apa yang terjadi?
Even the bacteria will get stuck to the dirt. So the bacteria will be removed together with the dirt. Interesting.
Jadi bakteri itu terperangkap bersama kotoran-kotoran.
And if you think the water smelly, we just put additional thing, put charcoal layer inside here, maybe charcoal can remove the smell.
Oh, jika merasa airnya kok bau ya, bisa tambahkan arang bisa ambil ininya bau dari air itu.
So another place I went was Myanmar.
Tempat lain saya ke Myanmar.
They have a big problem of poisoning by arsenic.
Mereka ada masalah kena racun arsen.
Arsenic. Yeah. So how to remove the arsenic from the water?
Gimana keluarkan arsen itu dari air?
Very easy.
Sangat mudah.
Rusty nail.
Taruh paku yang karatan.
Yes. Rusty nail is not useless. You put in this type of filter, it will remove the arsenic.
Paku yang karatan bukannya sampah, bisa narik arsen dari air.
So this is actually very simple solution.
Ini sangat sederhana solusi.
Another solution I can talk about that Indonesia have is you can use the
Alternatif lain di Indonesia yang kalian punya,
moringa seed,
moringa seed itu biji moringa ya.
known as kelor.
Iya, kelor. Iya.
You know kelor?
Kira.
Okay. Same thing. We pound the seed
Ditumbuk
powder.
bijinya sampai kayak ya, powder itu tepung ya.
And let's say this is water, but if it's
Ya.
dirty water, a lot of like cloudy water,
Ya, kalau
you
keruh
put
airnya,
the telur inside here,
nah, taruh bubuk itu tepung,
the kilo act like magic. It will bring all the dirty thing to the bottom,
yang keruh itu semua bakal ke bawah,
and the water now clear.
langsung jernih.
When the dirty thing go to the bottom, even the bacteria go to the bottom.
Kotoran ke bawah, bakteria juga ikut ke bawah.
Then we open the tap at the bottom, remove the dirty layer.
Dan kita buka bawahnya dan buang yang kotor itu.
Only leave the clear layer. Okay. After that, if you still not sure, you can boil the water or you can add the tablet.
Kalau masih ragu, bisa dipanaskan airnya atau tambahkan tablet klorin itu.
Okay, so the tablet we talk about is chlorine.
Kita bahas itu tablet klorin.
Chlorine tablet will kill bacteria, virus immediately, straight away.
Dengan cepat, klorin membunuh bakteria dan virus.
But chlorine will escape from the water also immediately.
Tapi klorin juga bakal menguap cepat.
How fast the chlorine escape depend on the temperature and depend whether you cover the container.
Tergantung suhunya dan juga ditutup nggak ininya kontainernya. Itu lihat klorinnya berapa lama di dalam air itu.
So if you cover it and keep in a cool place, the chlorine will stay longer.
Kalau ditutup dan taruh di suhu dingin, klorin mungkin lebih lama di air.
So for the water to remain safe, you must have minimum amount of chlorine in the water.
Untuk air yang aman untuk diminum, ada kadar minimum klorin yang perlu ada di dalam air itu.
The amount you need is 5 parts per million.
Ya, kadarnya 5 part per million. Jadi ada persen ya, ini yang per million.
Okay, but even how you do it, even if you cover it, keep in a cool place, the chlorine will keep disappearing until it drop to below 5. When it drop to below 5, then water not safe, can get infection again.
Walaupun taruh di tempat dingin, ditutup, tapi akhirnya juga klorin bakal menghilang dan di bawah 5 ppm part per million.
So now there is a new tablet combine chlorine and silver. It is called Micro Pure.
Ya,
I'm not sure if you can find it in Indonesia.
jadi ada kombinasi klorin sama perak itu namanya micropure.
This one, the silver, 6 months.
Itu peraknya bisa bertahan 6 bulan.
In the water, will stay 6 months. The water is safe.
6 bulan air itu aman.
So this is a good solution because this MicroPure tablet is not expensive.
Nah, ini solusi yang bagus karena klorin sama perak ini nggak mahal.
So if we tell the people simple solution, this type of filter, or if the water look, maybe they don't like the water look very cloudy, use moringa seed yellow to make the water clear, and then after that add the silver and the chlorine tablet, or go through the filter.
Jadi bisa kasih
Safe.
dua pilihan ke masyarakat kalau mau murah dan aman. Itu dua pilihannya.
Okay.
So this is a way for the village.
Ya, ini cara yang bagus buat di desa.
But of course, if we have funding, we can use other way. So so far we use.
Kalau ada dana, kita bisa pakai pilihan lain.
This one is a Swiss machine.
Itu yang dibuat dari Swiss.
It is this is the design.
Ini rancangannya.
This part is